It was the mixed match day, the sports day, and school colors. And there was a fourth one. And we didn't really talk about Day on the Green that much. And then we adjourned after that.
Anybody have any questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, letter A, under routine matters, approval of the minutes, Wednesday, October 27, 2010. Can I have a motion to approve those?
I'll make the motion. Tim over here.
Second? This is the 27th, right?
Any discussion on those?
Yes.
Mr.
I
Sullivan?
just want to request that we adjust a little bit the comment that I reminded everyone it was Election Day, and to vote, I reminded everyone it was Election Day, and to be concerned with safety, where that voting was taking place on school grounds. So the primary mission of my message, this is under 2, under comments from... It doesn't cover the safety aspect, which was my paramount concern in making the statement about Election Day, is that we're having, so my...
Like we do a minute to where you...
Reminded everyone that Election Day, November 2nd, and be mindful of safety policies in place. Not that that's a quote, but that was the intention of my comments.
Okay.
Any discussion on that? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, and school committee business? Does anyone have any business?
New business?
New business?
Yeah, correspondence.
I do have quite a bit here. I have a letter addressed to Mr. Herenstein, something from Mr. Larrabee. I have School Planning and Management Journal, if anybody's interested in looking at that. And there's the Nellie Mae Education Foundation brochure. Anybody wants any of that? And, oh, there's the new business. And any comments from anyone in the public? No? Okay.
Can we put a couple of things on the new business?
Yes.
We just went through a whole bit of time reviewing some policy. At the next school committee meeting, I'd like to bring those policies in for, they've been reviewed by the policy subcommittee. We'd like to bring them in so we can update the policies, at least in Section A, and a few selected policies that we have discussed. They should come to the school committee for approval.
Okay.
The other thing, I had a request from one of the school committee members to put together a budget development schedule, which I will put out a draft, send it to the school committee on email, but then I'd like to bring it up at the I think it's December 8th school committee for you to look at. One of the things I noticed from last year is that we got out way ahead of the town in terms of developing our budget and putting it out there in public, in part because we were looking at a deficit situation last year. We're not in that situation this year, so we have a little bit of breathing room. And if we're going to pursue working with the town like we did last year, I want to be more in line with their timeline versus us going way ahead of the town. So I will work with the town administrator to find out what their timeline and thinking is as well, so our budget calendar matches theirs a little bit more. I know at the end of the day they have to put all the departments together, but it'd be nice to know what their calendar looks like so that we're kind of running alongside of them rather than running way ahead of them.
Mr. Aronson?
Have you had any other correspondence with the town administrator at all in regards to what they're looking for, number-wise, or anything that you might be able to prepare Mr. Sullivan and myself a little bit prior to next Tuesday night's budget subcommittee meeting?
All I know is that they have a, if I remember correctly, $364,000 deficit against a $329,000 free cash figure. And I know they added a new position, I believe it was at the planning board. I have no idea how much that's.
Assessors.
Assessors, was
I
it the assessors?
thought it was like 34.
34.
So figure that adds up to the deficit, so they're probably, I know they have an issue already with the budget in that state. Last night at the FinCom, they discussed a lot about the transfer station, the DPW. They didn't go into a lot of detail, so I don't have a figure for you. One of the things they mentioned was they wanted to keep some of the money in free cash to deal with snow and ice, because, you know, they didn't quite add that to the deficit, but obviously they must be feeling like they didn't put enough money into the budget to deal with snow and ice. So I don't know. That's why I mentioned that on the 16th, we will have that subcommittee meeting, and my guess is that'd be the topic of discussion at that time.
Is that in the Board of Selectmen's office, or is it at the annex? Or?
All they told me was that was the date and the time.
It's at the second floor of the town hall.
In the Selectmen's office?
You said the town, well,
Okay.
second floor
It's
town
like-
hall.
That's my guess.
Okay.
One other, not new business, but something for you guys to note. We don't have another meeting in November. However, the warrant needs to be signed on the 19th. So if you guys can put it on your calendars to swing by and sign it.
They always call.
Yeah, I know we call, but if you have it in your calendars, at least we'll know that people will be available to sign it on the 19th.
On the 19th?
19th of November, Friday the 19th.
Okay, nothing else? Okay, then we will adjourn to executive.
You need a motion.
Can I get a motion to adjourn to executive?
So moved.
Sure, I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor?
All right.
Item Harrison.
Michelle Dewar.